lot of time alone from about 6 to 12 or 13 before high school. I usually feel, and that's where all the stuff came in, where I just go and put an album on in my room and stay in the room.
And then escape.
Exactly. You failed, you passed, you failed, and then they would reach me at the back of the class and say, you failed, and you failed because you didn't pay attention, you failed because you didn't settle down. I told you to settle down and you didn't do it. It's your fault, you failed. Did everybody hear that? Patrick failed.
You live a life, people yelling at you every day. By the time you get to adolescence and into adulthood, it may look like somebody who has anxiety and depression.
I always think it will turn out well.
Fools. This whole test is going to blow up in my face.
You think so?
Oh, absolutely.
When you have people who have difficulties with self-esteem, loss of potential, anxiety, depression, one of the first things you got to say is, when did this start? And let's go back to your childhood.
By far, the most common reaction when someone gets this diagnosis is relief, then a feeling of anger, why didn't someone tell me sooner? A feeling of sadness, all these opportunities I've missed.
And overwhelming, thinking, well, I thought I'd be here by now. I thought this would happen by now. This is where I wanted to be, but yet I'm over here.
And it's not a good idea to reflect back and say, what if I knew when I was a kid?
And I think that happened a few years ago to me particularly. I started to get overwhelmed, and when I look back at it now, I realize that a lot of it was probably more ADD driven than depression driven or anxiety driven.
When you drive, you look forward. You have that mirror there. Okay? You have to look there sometimes to be sure, but you really have to look forward.
Janice would often, grab hold of you, take stock, say, no, look where you are.
You let out the anger, you let out the sadness, and then you jump on this wave of enthusiasm and excitement.
Actually, I have exactly what I've always dreamed of, right down to the T of the description of the house here. And the fact that your son in his 20s would still hug you every morning, that you were great friends with your spouse, that he loved your work and your work enjoyed you.
And what's the treatment for low self-esteem? Success.
Mm-hmm.
So when you treat ADHD, you have to aim for success.
I have clients who are the best athletes in the world, the most